running at me. It's running at me. I don't have a good hook set in it. All right, well, what's going on, guys? My name's Eric and welcome to the Flow Bass channel. It's been a minute since I've been in the kayak, and I'm happy to be back in the saddle for sure. So trying out a new spot, and also a new lure for me anyway. Let me show you guys this lure in this fish's mouth. Whew, I love these guys. I thought he was so much bigger. He was running at me, so I never really got to feel him that good. And real interesting, but you gotta love a good snakehead. Anyway, let's see what we can do about this. Oh man, haven't caught too many snakes in the kayak, believe it or not. So it's always a handful to deal with these guys in the boat, let alone kayak. Awesome. So we got a pretty good hook set in them. Good thing he engulfed all of it. Almost got it. There we go. So I'll give you a close-up in just a second. Let's get this guy out of here. Nice little snake. See you later, dude. All right, so the frog I'm using today is by Teckle. Now, when I recently fished with Tracy Joseph in a previous video, you guys can check it out in that video right there. She booked me for a guided trip for snakeheads, and she put me on to the Teckle frogs. Now, she was using another frog that I'll show you right here called the McCracker. This one I'm using today is called the Honker. It's like a mix between a frog and a, I don't know, a duck or something. Really cool. I love the way this sounds in the water. Same thing with the McCracker. I do have some of those in the box as well, so we'll try those out. But I was really impressed when she used them, so I wanted to give it a shot myself and see how I fared with the Teckle in the flow bass, flow yak, whatever. I've always wanted to put the duck boat in here, the OG Flowcraft, but I sold her before I got the chance to do it. Now we're in an awesome flats boat. I've got plenty of room to book any kind of trip that you guys want to do. I have plenty of room for everybody, and I absolutely love it. I can book up to 4 anglers, plus have myself on the boat. I can even do, the boat's rated for 6, but four anglers pretty much maxes that boat out. That's all I'm really comfortable doing. After that, it's gets pretty crowded. But anyway, thanks for coming along, guys, and let's keep tossing this frog around, and I'll give you my thoughts once we are fully, once we've caught probably like a half a dozen fish. I'm sure I'll have a really good opinion on it for myself. So let's get you back on here, keep on fishing. Oh my God, another one. Oh my God. I'm gonna get knocked out, dude. That is not safe. That is not safe. Well, once I start booking iguana hunting trips, I know where I'm coming. We're in the land of giants over here. Hopefully not just iguanas. Bass came out of nowhere. Holy cow. That was pretty sweet. I drilled him like he was a 10-pound snakehead. Pretty cool. On the Teckle. It's a pretty common bycatch when you're snakehead fishing. Little guy. Whew. Barely got him too. Got him by the skin of his face. All right. He's chomping his jaws. Let him go. And he was tucked up right into those sticks. Ooh, see now, that's what I was afraid of right here. Is the hook is going through the body of the frog. That's not ideal. I mean, obviously we landed that fish, so that's great. These are very stout hooks, which I like. But I'm not too stoked about it having to go through the frog, then into the fish. So we'll see. We'll continue to see how that plays out. Obviously, at some point, if it continues to do that, it will cost me a fish. I mean, that's just a fact. I can't loosen the drag, guys. All right, these fish are waking up, or we're just getting into the stretch where there's a lot more. Okay, that guy barely fought. Not a giant by any means. Okay. There you go. Now he woke up. Oh, we got barbs in him a little. Got barbs in him a little bit, but I mean, that came out way too easy. Oh, jeez. All right, buddy. There we go. Snake number 3. Very nice. Maybe, ooh, very red tail. If you guys can see it, he's showing us a little bit. He's so tense, guys. I'm just gonna get him out of here. Love those fish. So crazy. They're just nuts. There is no chill whatsoever. So this honker does not skip as well as I would like it to. And then the feet kind of get a little jacked up, as you can see, when I do try and skip it. But obviously that's not a deal breaker. You just have to kind of adjust the way that you fish to compensate for it. Oh, can't believe I made that. Oh, it's bit, guys. Tiny one again. Oh, just a little one. That was so sick. Did you see him come flying out of the sticks? Oh my gosh, that's like one of the best. It's one of the best things that you could do. He's just little. So they're definitely, now that the sun's come out more and the rain is 100% stopped, these fish are definitely a lot more out and about. Great hook penetration on this one. Got him through the eye socket and through the skull. So that's great. I mean, these are some stout hooks. You know, the eye socket is pretty common. That's the path of least resistance because it's literally a hole in their head. But going through the actual skull right here, you guys hear that? That's I mean, that's a very good attribute to have when it comes to your frog and the different hooks and whatnot that you end up using. All right. Good. Just a little one. See ya. Watch out for those little ones. They're the ones that'll get a hook stuck in your face or your hand or any body part. Whew! Intensey. That was intense. Well, he's not fighting, but I guarantee you he's gonna go ballistic in the net. Yep. All right, a little bit of blues in him. Pretty fish, red tail. Awesome, very unique. So again, set the hook through the frog body. Not ideal, but we stuck that fish good. Oh boy. All right, so finally, after like 6 snakeheads, this frog is pretty toast. And if this was more open water fishing, I think this frog would have lasted a little bit longer. But I mean, it has a big tear in its underbelly. So that's, it's done. I'm not gonna get rid of this frog though. Actually, I'm gonna repurpose some, especially the feet. I'll put this on a couple other different frogs. And probably the Gookin Squad frog, to be honest with you. And see if that'll transfer over nicely. So, not a total loss. But the body of this frog is absolutely toast. And I'll save the hooks too, because these hooks are really good. The macracker. Wow, the action on that is really awesome. And you can launch this thing. Holy cow. Cool, man. I'm really excited to see how the snakes like it. I think they're gonna like it. And you can kind of give it a couple extra twitches if you want a little bit more noise to call them out. Nice, and the back drops down too when it's sitting there in the water. So if you're kind of twitching it and they hit it on the paws, you got a really good chance of hooking up because of the angle of the hooks. I landed on top of one, guys. It's a good one. It's not a giant, but it's a good one. This might be 5 pounds. Oh, he's getting smaller the closer he gets. They all do. Ah, geez. Here we go. All right, so he's like 3 pounds and 3/4. But awesome fish. Their tails are real red today. I mean, they're definitely up shallow, fanning some areas out. But awesome fish. See you later. All right, first fish on the macracker. Man, you know, I mean, the body material's the same. The funny part is, after like one fish, the body really loosens up. Because when you first get them, they're pretty tough. Other than that tear, the honker can still catch fish. You just can't pause it because it sinks immediately, and there's a lot more water resistance. Gave me a real good excuse to tie on the macracker, or the maracker. Macracker, maracker? I think it's the maracker. I don't know. Awesome day so far. Super grateful to be out here, but we got some more fish to catch, so let's go. Oh, okay. Big one. Big one. Big one. Sick. All right. Let's see how bad he destroys my net. Jeez, you know, what is it? The refraction of light or something that's screwing with me, because this thing looked 8 pounds and now he's like 5. Man, I'm off my game. Off my game. Although everything feels gigantic when you're in a kayak, I guess. I mean, that's still not a bad fish. Sick, man. Jumps out of the water and everything. Oh, hello. So cool. So cool. All right, got her unhooked. Check out those spots underneath her tail fin right there. That's so cool. Each one of these fish are so unique. That's definitely a nice fish for sure. Empty belly though. But let's get a weight on this one. Hopefully she will cooperate. Don't want to let her go, but kind of have to. All right, we're zeroed out. Let's get a weight on her. All right, so just about what I thought. Thought she was 8, said she's more like 5. And she is 5 pounds, 1 ounce. So that's all right. All right, let's release her. You ready, honey? Woo! All right, let's try and get a bigger one. Loving it so far. Oh my. All right. Maybe another 5-pounder. 4. It's happening all day. Wow. Such incredible eats today. Oh, we're unhooked. Another one. That's like a solid 3.5-ish. But blew up like it was a 10-pounder. Insane. All right. See you later. The first little kind of damage to this, what you could say, is the little weight in the butt is gone. I don't think. No, it's not in the body of the frog, but we have the honker that we can take the weight from and swap it over to this. So not such a terrible thing. And I think, I mean, let's just see. I mean, the frog casts the same. The only difference is the back doesn't sit low in the water. And then you do have that big hole that water's gonna get in. So we will put the other weight on there. All right, so I am making my way downtown back to the truck and gonna fish this section pretty thorough, and then go back through the area that we fished earlier in the video. And I'll do that one pretty quick. I don't expect to get many more bites out of that area, but if I see something coming from a different angle that looks good, I'll spend a couple extra minutes. But we fished it pretty thoroughly, so I'm pretty happy with how many fish we caught and all that good stuff. So awesome. Appreciate you guys sticking with me. This has been a great day, and I'll talk to you about these frogs here once we get back to the truck. this is a bass. This is a big bass. It's not huge, but it's a bass. Oh, the best bycatch ever. Here we go. Got ourselves a 3-pounder. Oh my goodness. And a gigantic iguana is running because we're all the way on the other side of the canal and he sees us. Check that out. On the teckle. And of course, I mean, with bass, you guys could see that, right? They smoke it. All right, see ya. Awesome. Got to love a nice bass bycatch. And my butt weight is gone. That stinks that it came out on a bass, and it was in there just as good as the original one was. I'm gonna keep fishing it without the weight, and we'll just see how it performs. Come on, buddy. I needed you. Woo! I don't know if you guys can see behind me, but we went all the way down this little wooded tunnel, I guess you could call it. No bites. Finally, we're almost at the end. And we got one. Phew. Seems like, well, I don't know, not enough time has gone by for me to have hit this again. That's my theory. Just a little guy. We're not gonna bring him in the boat. Holy. That's why I don't bring him in the boat. Seriously? The little ones, no good. You've heard me say it a million times. So, the damage. Let's take a look at this. So the first frog here, which is called the honker, you could see clearly that belly tore where the hook comes out, basically rendering it useless. It still had the weight, but I had to actually remove it and put that on the other frog, kind of maybe 2 or 3 fish into the other frog. So basically this frog was rendered useless. Now the maracker did start to tear a little bit, as you could see, but all in all is in really, really good shape. Now you could see here that the weight in the rear is definitely missing. I took it out of the honker because after like 1 or 2 fish, it popped out. Fished it for a little bit, caught maybe 1 or 2 snakehead afterwards, and then when I caught that bass, the rear weight popped out, so now it doesn't have any weight. But this big maraca tail on the back of it, this thing is pretty heavy, so definitely had a ton of weight. I was able to cast it very well. The only problem is the butt end of the frog didn't sit below the water line like it normally would if it had this weight. So still a really good frog, all in all. It could definitely go a few more fish. Now these frogs start out pretty firm right out of the package, which I thought was going to help make these last a lot longer, but after like 1 or 2 fish, they really start to get squishy. They really break in. So not such a bad thing. I mean, I caught, I don't know how many fish, quite a lot of fish, and really I just went through 1 frog. This maracker or maracker, however you pronounce it, definitely still usable, still fishable. I even fished it in the Everglades in the new boat like a week later, so definitely still works. I did catch a pretty nice bass on it, so I think that's really, really good. And of course, obviously the weight in this frog didn't go to waste. I swapped it out, and I'm gonna transfer these tails over to a Guggen Squad frog. I know you guys probably think I ride the Guggen Squad, but their frogs are actually really, really good. My boy Steve Mitchell Fishing, he uses them exclusively to catch snakeheads, and their frogs, a lot of people complain that the plastic or the rubber is very, very firm, almost too firm. Well, that's actually a really good thing because these frogs, you can see they get wore out and they tear. So I'm gonna transfer these little feet to a Googan Squad frog and fish that in the future. And I think that's gonna be probably the ultimate frog, not gonna lie. One thing about these frogs is that the hooks tend to pierce the body of the frog when you set the hook. So it didn't really cause me to lose a lot of fish, or any fish actually, now that I think of it. But it's just, you know, that's just not a really good thing. Only time is gonna tell if that will really cause me to lose a fish, but I guarantee you it will, because it's done that with some frogs in the past. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys wanna book a fishing trip on the new boat, no longer fishing out of the duck boat, head over to flowbass.com. And if you have any questions, you can either email me there or you can hit me up on Instagram at flow.bass. We can do snakeheads, peacock bass, largemouth, clown knife, you name it. Any freshwater fish you guys want to catch, I'll put you on that here in South Florida. So with that being said, my name's Eric. Thanks for bringing your smiling faces to another video. Can't wait to see him in the next one. We've got a ton of guide content coming up. I've got clients from all over the world in the next couple months. So I'm excited as heck to show that to you guys and put some smiles on their faces, catch a ton of fish. So I'll see you there. Peace out.